Hello, and thank you for purchasing one of NAEP's digital resources as part of your local implementation. This short video is to walk you through how to gain access to any of the digital resources that you purchased in complement with a physical toolkit. In the email that you received, no doubt you received a download link. When you click on that link for Edition Guard, it's going to take you to a website that looks like this. The title that you see here, Limiting Barriers to Culturally Responsive Teaching, is for this specific title. If it's for another title, it'll show there. There are 3 steps that you need to complete to finish gaining access to your digital bookshelf. First is you need to create a free Adobe account. By clicking on step 1, it's going to take you to an Adobe sign up page. If you've already created an Adobe ID for another service, whether that's for Photoshop or for something else, you can utilize that by clicking sign in. And then you can enter that information. If you don't have an Adobe account, then you're going to put your name here. And you can use your work email address or your institutional email address so that you can keep that account associated with work. Once you've filled in the information, again, this is associated with the Adobe family that you know from Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Acrobat, etc. So this is a trusted service that we utilize to serve up our materials. Once you have everything filled in, click Sign Up. And then you're going to go back to this page right here. Okay, so at this point you've completed step 1. Step 2 is to install the Adobe Digital Editions software. When I click on this link, it's going to take us to another page. And here you have access to either the the digital edition for Macintosh or for Windows. Choose the software that correlates with your operating system, and at that point it'll start downloading the file. Now that it's finished downloading, I click on that file, and it's going to open up our installer. For Windows, it'll open up an exe file. For Macintosh, it'll open up a package file. Here I'm going to click on installer, and it'll take you through the steps to finish installing. You'll know that you've completed this appropriately when you go to your start bar or to your Launchpad and you find the software. Here you can see Adobe Digital Editions 4.5. And you can see that I have another resource that I've already previously downloaded here within my library, along with other resources that I've accessed doing research. All right, so that's steps 1 and 2. Step 3 is to actually download your book access file. By clicking this file, you're going to download an ACSM file. And you'll notice it's right here in my download files, okay? At this point, you'll click on it, and it'll open it up and it'll download the content within Digital Editions. At this point, what it's doing is it is pulling it down from our server, and it's going to put it into your bookshelf. Once it's done downloading that content, you'll find that resource here in your library just like everything else. Once that file from Adobe has finished downloading, you're going to notice a new resource within your library. So as you can see here, now we have Eliminating Barriers to Culturally Responsive Teaching. So this tile tells me that I now have this resource within my library. To access this book, I click on it, and it's going to open it up as a PDF as we might expect, but it's going to remain within Adobe Digital Editions. To cycle through the text, I'm going to use these arrows up here, or I can use the slide bar right there on the side. I can also go full screen, and it's going to make it larger for me. I can exit out of that. I can go back to my library by hitting Library up here, and you can access any other resources that you may have downloaded at that point. We hope this video has made sense. If you need any help, please don't hesitate to reach out, and we'll be happy to assist you in gaining access to your resources.